If you're like me, your back tends to get a little bit stiff. So today's session is all about releasing the spine in a nice, low-key, kind of chill manner. So I am using a foam roller today. Grab yours and meet me on your mat. Let's get going. We'll start by foam rolling the T-spine. So come down, sit bones to the earth, roller just a little bit lower than the shoulder blades, hands to the head, lift the hips ever so slightly and start to rock up and down the spine. I like to start nice and slow here, especially if you are feeling pretty tight. You get a lot of sensations. Now, as we move through our foam rolling, I'll show you a few different techniques, but you're more than welcome to just roll up and down at any time. I know for myself, that mid-back tends to get quite tight. Sometimes I'll let my hips come down and kind of slide that foam roller a little bit lower and then just lay back onto it. Right, maybe the hips lift and I rock down slightly, like these little micro rolls here. Taking long, deep breaths as we try to relieve these tense areas. And from here, we can let the hips come down, foam rollers up by the shoulder blades once again, hands to head, and tilt one elbow toward the hip bone, a little lateral flexion of the spine, and then switch up, moving to the opposite direction. Just going side to side here. From here, we'll come back through center. Just kind of roll that foam roller up to the mid shoulder blade if it's not there already. Think about keeping the lower part of the torso nice and stable as we start to draw the shoulders back over the rollers. We're getting this little back bend here. Curling up back to your neutral. And then rolling those shoulders over the roller. Nice, big stretch. Now your depth is always up to you. Remember, you don't have to go super deep, just moving into sensation. And I am trying to make sure that arch or that back bend is coming through the upper back versus the belly. Let's do one more. All right, from here, straightening my right arm, and I'm rolling that roller to the back of the shoulder. And then I'll kind of just roll to my right side. A little bit of a funny transition. So that roller should place right into the rear delt, or again, the back of the shoulder. And you could stay right here, or you could kind of start rocking up and down. Right now, my hips are to the earth, but you may notice that you get a little more success if you lift those hips and rock. But I do find this spot tends to be really tight. So for myself, I like to stay into that juicy spot. So I've found a really nice spicy area, and I'm just staying to breathe. I'll kind of start rocking my chest forward and back. Just opening up. And again, if you feel comfortable, you could be rolling here. And I'm coming back to that really tense, juicy area, taking a little bend in my elbow. I'll just start rotating my palm toward the earth, and then my fingers toward the sky. Oh yeah, this one definitely is full of sensation. I'm just going a few more here. Long, deep breaths. I know foam rolling is a little uncomfortable. Let's go last one. We'll end up rolling to the other side. All right, very gently. You can roll directly back onto your roller. Roll all the way to the left. I'm gonna flip around here though, so I can face y'all. So, foam roller to the back of the shoulder gives you a little bit better of a view, right about here. All right, left arm is straight. Maybe that right foot steps over. You could do these mini rolls, or I'm doing now, just giving me a little idea of what I'm feeling, what's going on in my body. You can lift the hips, hit those bigger rolls. Again, you might feel something quite spicy. I know I certainly do. So when you're in that spicy spot, stay and hold, and then just start to rock the shoulders forward and back. Almost like you're hitting these mini rotations. You might roll once again. That tight spot might have moved. And we'll just search for it again. Once we find it, we'll take a little pause, bend through the arm, and we'll rotate, palm facing toward the earth, and then knuckles or fingers facing toward the sky. Just little rotations here as we open up that posterior delt. Tend to get really, really tight in these areas. Last two. All right, last one. Let's gently come up. We can take our foam roller, place it off to this side. You may want to swing those arms and wiggle things out a little bit. Whatever feels good for you. But we will be coming into child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, hips back to heels, and just let the heart melt. Taking a few nice deep breaths here. From here, you'll begin to tent your fingers and start to crawl your hands toward the left. Now, as you arrive here, I want you to pull your right hip to your heel and kind of tilt your right armpit toward the earth. This will help you increase that stretch sensation. Once we arrive in sensation, tune back into those long, deep breaths and just kind of sending a bit of rest over the body, over the mind. And breath is always a really good way to kind of audit your stretching. If you notice your breath is really short, shallow, ragged, labored, you may be going too deep. So just keep it at a pace that you feel the sensation, but you're able to stay with those long, deep cycles. Let's take a cycle in. And use your exhale to walk the hands back through center and all the way to the right. Taking a moment to arrive. Left hip pulls toward heel. Left armpit tilts toward the mat. We're just breathing it out. Beautiful side body opener. I love this stretch in for the lats. Breath in. And with that breath out, let's walk those hands back through center. From here, a little shift forward. Hips are in line with the knees here. And we'll start to bow forward, drawing the heart towards the earth, sweeping those arms overhead. It's a bit more of a stretch here through shoulders, through chest, and of course through lats. Taking a breath in. With your exhale, plant the hands down, start to shift forward, making your way toward a quadruped position. And then from here, we'll transition to a back bend. Pelvis drops to the floor, shoulders drip down the back as the gaze goes up. Let's start to flow forward and back. Hips back to heels in the inhale. Back bend on the exhale. Moving as fast or as slow as your body asks. And of course, as deep and as shallow as your body may ask. Let's do one more. And this time as you come forward into that back bend, I just want you to stay and hold. Now if your body is just asking for a little less depth, you could always come here onto the forearms where I am now. And otherwise, we'll stay on the hands. We'll start to add on. So I'm kind of tilting, gazing over my left shoulder. As I do this, I'm continuing to press my shoulders down the back so there's space between my ears and my shoulders. And I come through center and I swap, gazing the opposite direction. Why I love this stretch is that it helps open up the obliques. Definitely an area of our body that we tend to overlook when we're feeling a little stiff and sore. And then coming right back through center, start to lower down to your forearms if you're not there already. Take your right hand, slide it to the left, and then just kind of sink down into your mat. Right ear to the earth. Final cycle in. And with that exhale, let's come up, unwinding, doing the same thing on the other side, just a little thread the needle variation to open up the rear delts. So left hand, slide it right, and then start to draw that left ear toward the earth. Right hand can stay tented, just giving you a bit of support here. About 3 cycles. Breath in. All right, with that breath out, start to unwind, hands to earth. All right, shift back. I want your toes tucked and your knees together. Now this shape is a little weird, so bear with me. I want to really mention that we're coming onto the crown of the head, not the forehead here. So when we enter the shape, there should be little to no pressure on the head. If this does not feel good in your body, just get out of it, okay? So here I am. I'm placing my crown just a few inches in front of my knees. My hands are coming to my heels. All right, my crown comes down to the mat. And then I'll start to pick up my hips. I love this stretch to open up through the traps. Think of really lifting that tailbone up as high as you can. Two more cycles. Last cycle in. And with that exhale, let's unwind. 2 hands back to the mat. Find your way back to quadruped position. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a rock out. It can be cat-cow, flexion and extension of the spine. You could just be rocking side to side, taking a little moment here. All right. From here, find your way to neutral. Just step the right foot outside the right hand, dropping the pelvis toward the earth. And finding a bit of a dragon. We'll move through a T-spine rotation. That right arm grows to the sky. And then exhale, I'm almost thinking of taking my right elbow towards my left thumb. Really trying to push my left hand into the earth so I get this little rounding through the upper back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow toward left thumb. Moving through these rotations nice and slow, nice and controlled. So once again, we're just trying to chill out, open up the body, relieve a little bit of tension. It's always nice to get the blood flowing. We're not looking for intensity today. And when you're complete, or when you have completed the cycle, take 2 hands to the earth and just start to crawl those hands to the left, almost like you're bowing forward. And kind of imagine pressing your right armpit towards the right side of the room. And then exhale, we'll release. Walk the hands back through center. Now bear with me for a little bit of a strange transition. Pick up your left foot, descend it to the right side of your mat. Keep your right hand to the earth as you lift that left arm up. Once you get here, extend bicep frames the ear. Just imagine you're growing long from the left middle finger to the left knee. Really love this side body stretch. Also, of course, getting into those hips here. Now, if you're thinking, this is crazy, this is not working for me, you could always place your hand up onto your foam roller, right, or anything else that may give you a little bit more space here. Let's take one last cycle in. Big exhale. And then bring that left hand to the earth and start to sweep that right hand to the sky and then around the back. Think of gazing over your right shoulder. Strong rotation here through that spine. Just wringing out any tension. Breath in. Exhale, 2 hands come down. Spin that left foot back to your mat. Step that right foot back. And once again, just walk the hands forward, bow the heart to the earth, finding a little puppy pose with this spinal extension. Last cycle in. All right, with that exhale, come on up. Let's roll through that same little flow. Left foot steps outside of left hand. And kind of dropping the pelvis towards the earth, just finding a bit of comfort here. And start those rotations. Left arm reaches up and over. Exhale, left elbow to right thumb. Keep that strong position through the right arm so we really get a rounding through the upper back. Inhale, open to expand. Exhale, a little rotation. Last one. I want you to finish off that cycle, placing 2 hands to the earth. Start to walk the hands to the right as you bow the heart forward. Beautiful way to stretch out the lats and the intercostals. Yes, of course, we're getting into the hips here as well. And if your whole back is sore, a little bit of hip release is going to help reduce some tension through the lumbar. Breath in. Breath out, walking the hands back through center. All right, funky transition. Pick up your right foot, swing it to the left. Keep that left hand planted down as we sweep the right hand up and over. Once we arrive here, think about bicep framing the ear, right? Long line from the right middle finger to that right knee. Now you're more than welcome to use your foam roller under your left hand just to help prop you up. I want you to think of spinning your right armpit back and up. Cycle in. Exhale, right hand to earth, left hand to sky. Take the left hand to the right hip and then just gaze over that left shoulder. So just revolving that twist. Wringing out the torso, finding a little love, a little space through those muscles. Big breath in. And exhale, release. Two hands come down, spin the feet back to the mat, and land in a kneeling position. Now, as we land in our kneeling position, we'll interlace our fingers and just press the palms forward. I really like to make little figure eights here. It feels so good in my body. Right. Just drawing those figure eights, moving nice and slow, nice and controlled. As you move, you may notice that certain aspects of the body are a little bit tighter. So for me, this feels really good. Maybe I would stay to pause, almost oscillating through that movement. And of course, you find that juicy spot on the other side, you do the same thing. So feel free to make this quite personal. You don't have to look like me. Just moving and exploring the scapula, the upper back. And maybe if you're doing those figure eights, maybe you go the opposite direction. Let's do one last cycle. Hands come down to hips. Just think about rolling the shoulders back. Take a breath in. Now rolling the shoulders forward. Take a breath out. A few more like that. Open up, little spinal extension. Exhale, round it forward. Last one. As you finish off, come back to your kneeling, move through a seated twist, taking that left hand to the right knee, just gaze over the right shoulder. Chest is lifted, crown is tall, core is tight. Unwinding and moving through the other side. Unwinding. And from here, coming to your back. So as we get all the way down, I want you to straighten out your left leg and just pull your right knee up to your chest before sliding the right knee to the left side of the mat. Now notice if I push my knee all the way down, my shoulder kind of pops off the mat. I want you to prioritize dropping that shoulder down to the earth and just kind of letting your knee hang where it wants. Breathe here. Long, deep breaths through the belly. Now you may choose to slide your right foot under your left leg, just to lock in that depth a little more. It's a slight variation change. With your next exhale, let's release. And we'll move into the other side. We start with the right leg straight, left knee pulls to chest. Left knee draws to right side of mat. Now again, make sure you plant that left shoulder down. You can just let that left knee kind of float and hover here. And you just take a few moments as we find that range, as we find that stretch. I tend to always readjust my upper back, just planting those shoulders a bit more. That helps me get a little bit more action through the lumbar. Now you may choose to slide your left foot under your right leg. And I feel like that's a little more cozy if you bend the right knee, kind of makes it a little bit more comfy and locked in. Wherever you're at, just breathe into it, finding a bit of space through that spine once again. Big breath in. Exhale to unwind. Love it. From here, pull your knees right to your chest, grab those hamstrings, start to roll your shoulders and your head off the mat. Just so we get this little egg shape. Really nice rounding through the spine. Now you could stay here. You may also decide to rock up and down the spine like you're giving yourself a little bit of a massage. Perhaps getting some cracks, getting a little bit of release here. I've got one more shape before we head out, and it's a forward fold. So feel free to rock here as long as you like, but if you're ready, meet me on your sit bones. Now for me, when I'm trying to work my spine, I tend to go soles of the feet together, but far away from the groins. So I almost get this diamond-like shape. From here, I'll take my hands towards my ankles. I try to hinge forward first, and then I find a nice big rounding through my spine as I kind of pull my head toward my heels. Now keep in mind, tons of ways to do this. It's just about finding the one that attacks the spine in the way that feels good. So if you prefer to have the legs fully straight here, you're more than welcome. For my own body, the legs straight kind of tunes me into lower a little bit more than upper. So I like a bit of a knee bend here, and it gives me a bit more leverage to pull into my range. Right, totally up to you. Wherever you're at, just fold, just melt, and just let softness start to fall over the body. You're welcome to stay in that fold as long as you want. And if you feel all finished with session today, you're good to go. Thank you so much for joining me for a little bit of a spine release. And if you liked this, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment, and tell me what you want to see next.